Hey, everybody. Sean Waite, your success in sales coach and consultant. And today, episode 17 of One Tip, One Trick, and One Thought. We're going to talk about the cycle of the sale as our tip. Our trick is what do you do with your to do list? And our thought is, are you willing to be bad to be a badass? So let's start us off with hey, everybody, and thanks for joining me. It's episode 17 of One Tip, One Trick, and One Thought, where we share some great sales information on training and coaching, sales and leadership stuff, and also hopefully a little hack or a little trick that makes things a little bit easier for you. And then I go into a thought, something I'd like to challenge you with or have you think about to help personal and business growth. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the tip. I'm sorry, that we're going to talk about, yeah, the tip, the cycle of the sale. And I'm going to share this with you. So at Southwestern, one of the great things is, and you can call it what you want. You can call it the needs assessment. You can call all different types of things, but things follow in a pattern, right? And even though they might deviate or there might be some steps you're not following here, it's really big to train on how are you doing your cycle of the sale. And we like to start with the pre-approach, right? This is finding out information. This is getting referred by somebody to somebody and then finding out some information about what their needs are, what their personality is like, what their golden nuggets might be. We can go into golden nuggets another time. And we figured that out in the approach as we're going to them, right? We want to get with them. We want to set an appointment with them. We want to figure out how do we meet with them. And then next we go to the introduction. Now, it's funny because most people go right past the introduction and go right into their presentation. We talked about this on another, on another one tip, one trick, one thought about the show up and throw up, right? You should really, really spend most of your time on the introduction. And the introduction is the fact finding. It's the asking questions. It's getting deep, getting to know what is the emotional cause of things. What is the problem they're trying to solve, and then tailoring and going into your presentation. Then we go to the close. It's a natural progression, right? So, is there any reason, Miss Jones or Mr. Smith, that we can't be doing business together? What other questions might you have? And then normally they're going to throw up an objection, whether it's a valid one or not. Usually there's an objection there. It could be, well, let me think about it, or, I'm not sure if I have the money right now, or, I'm not sure this is going to work for what I want. Handling those objections is basically just answering the questions, giving them peace of mind. But if you don't handle those objections, people a lot of times just don't go forward. And a lot of times we switch right back up into the close. Okay. Then handle the objections. And then, hey, we're either going to do business together or we're not. And that's fine. Right. It's the maybes that kill. Then what do? We ask for referrals. Whether you do business with somebody or not doesn't mean that they can't refer you somebody who can use your services or who does meet your demographic of who you want to work with. There might be certain coaching clients that, it's just not a good fit for what I'm doing, for what they need. But they might know somebody who does, right? They might know a mortgage loan officer or a realtor who would benefit from what I'm able to help with. Then we ask them the questions. Hey, tell me a little bit about Jody Hill or Becky Speed or Brent Whitman, right? Tell me a little bit about these people. We go right back into the pre-approach. So that's the tip. Do you know your cycle of the sale? Do you follow it? Are you able to define the different parts of the process when you're talking with clients? Next, a trick, to-do lists. I have so many clients who make to-do lists, and I make them myself. And one of the things that can be very, very disheartening is when you don't get through a to-do list or you get down to the end of the week and you're like, man, what did I even get done, this week? Something I was taught, and I share with a lot of my clients, and they do this, especially those who write out to-do lists, is mark off things, but don't throw out the list. It is really kind of cool and kind of rewarding when you go back at the end of the week and you look at all the things you did get done, right? All the things you mark off your list. And if you're having a crap day, nothing like looking back over the last 3 months, because I have mine in a notebook, and going, wow, you know what? I did get things done. I did make progress. So a little trick is keep those, because they're a great way to remind you what you're actually getting done and where you're spending your time, because that's the other part, right? Are you doing your IPAs, your income producing activities? Are you getting your critical success factors done? So keep them so you can refer back to them. My thought is, are you willing to be bad to be a badass? Now, Jody Christopherson, who is a friend and posts some great stuff on her page, she put this up the other day, and it comes to the fact of, are you willing to be bad at something to be good at it, right? Because you have to be bad at something normally when you start out, right? If you're going to start working out, if you're going to start a martial arts, if you're going to start a business or a speaking, if you're going to Toastmasters, are you willing to be bad to get good? Because most of us don't have all the skills that are just naturally coming to us to be great at something. We have to be willing to be bad at it before we're good at it. And her post the other day, are you willing to be bad to be a badass? I just thought that it just summed it all up. So, Shaun Waite, thank you for joining me for episode 17. Talk to you soon.